Yo, what up, YouTube? Alonso Q here to get controversial. I'm finally going to talk about some of Donald Trump's more controversial things. This last week, he's been plagued by this grab him by the pussy controversy. And right before that story broke was Mike Pence at the debate talking about whipping out that Mexican thing. And people really offended by both of these things. And I have some mixed feelings. I'll tell you that I don't like this shit that Donald Trump has said. Obviously, his more controversial shit is inappropriate, to say the least. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna say it's okay to talk about walking up and grabbing women by the pussies. Even though the context of the way he said it, it's hard to decide if he's saying sexual assault or if he's implying that he has consent doing this. His comment was a little bit vague, but either way, it was a offensive comment. But here's the thing, this country is really turned into a bunch of sad, pathetic fucking pussies, and it is disgraceful, man. And you know what? For years I've sort of been this bought on with the SJW stuff and always, been aware of my language and ever since a kid, I grew up in the church and my mom taught me to respect women and stuff. So I always felt like when people would make these jokes that it was real offensive, and I've never been cool with that. But this last year, just the way people freak out over this shit, it makes me realize what have we fucking become, where we just don't have thick skin at all. We're just these thin-skinned pussy-ass bitches in America. What the fuck happened to us as a country? And I heard Clint Eastwood talking about how the stuff Trump said wouldn't have been considered racist 30 years ago, and this is a kiss-ass pussy generation. And I couldn't agree with him more, man. This is such a pussy generation. I use that hashtag all the time now. Everybody should, because fuck this pussy generation, man. Look, I don't like anti-woman attitudes. I don't like racist attitudes. But the thing is, we can't get so hypersensitive about this shit that we can't have a conversation. It's seriously gotten to where you can't even talk about race or you're accused of racism. You can't talk about sex or gender or you're accused of misogyny. And look, there's a lot of people saying this isn't locker room talk, because that's how he tried to justify it, saying this is locker room talk. And there's a lot of people saying, we don't talk like that in the locker room. Adults probably don't. I think the better excuse would be this is teenager talk. And it is disgraceful for a fucking 59-year-old guy, or however old he was when he said that shit, for him to be talking like that as a full-grown adult who's old enough to be a grandfather, talking about walking up to women and kissing them and grabbing their pussies. Just his age and the fact that he's no fucking Adonis, Imagine that creepy fucking fool rolling up on someone and trying to grab them. It's a disgusting thought. But part of the language thing, though, people do talk like this and they don't always mean it. And you gotta be able to make offensive jokes. What the fuck? As much as I have always hated misogyny and racism, I can't pretend like I've never said anything fucked up, or like I've never laughed at a rape joke, or I've never told a racist joke. I've probably told sexist jokes. I doubt there's any video of it. I'm not famous. I don't have no fucking power. But if you've never made ignorant, offensive jokes, what the fuck? You're lying, man. Not only are you lying, but you probably listen to rap music. What's more offensive and degrading than rap music? But they get a pass a lot of the time. Eminem, one of the best-selling rappers of all time, makes so many rape jokes. And it does make me cringe a little bit, but at the same time, I think you gotta take some of this shit with a grain of salt. And the same with the race stuff, you know. I don't like how he has talked about race, you know, but here's the thing, you know, people keep saying he called Mexicans rapists, but he didn't fucking say that. He didn't fucking say that. It's so fucking infuriating that people don't say the reality of the fucking shit. They're not honest about it. That's not what he said. He said some people coming from Mexico, and he was talking about illegal immigrants, and he's talking about people who do commit crimes and rapes and drug trafficking. Those people fucking exist, man. It's so frustrating. Like somebody who I have looked up to for a while, Maria Hinojosa from NPR, is over here just criticizing Trump for talking like, and she's acting like these people don't exist. No, these people exist, man. People do have kids on this side of the border so that way they can have access for their drug trafficking. Even El Chapo does that. He's got dual citizenship kids. Like, we can't ignore the fact that Republicans have some points. And look, honestly, when it comes to immigration, I'm probably more in line with Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump. Everything else, not so much. But, you know, I'm really a pro-immigration guy, but it just fucking infuriates me that people turn it into a racial issue. It's not racist to talk about immigration. Now, does that mean Donald Trump hasn't said racist shit? I don't think that initial Mexican rapist comment was racist, because he didn't say Mexicans are rapists, even though that's what everybody wants to keep fucking repeating, and that's the mantra. That's not what the fuck he said, and you're a goddamn liar, and you're deceitful if you say that, because that's not what he said. He didn't say all Mexicans are rapists. He didn't even say Mexicans are rapists. He said people coming from Mexico, which means the illegal immigrants is what he was talking about. So that's really frustrating, because and here's the problem with the left and this talk about racism and sexism. You say everything is racist, everything is sexist, and now nothing is, because you overuse those words and they don't mean anything anymore. Fuck, man, I get called racist against my own fucking race, and these people are crazy. They say that people of color can't be racist against white people, but people of color can be racist against people of color. These people have so many stupid fucking rules about what makes something racist, what makes something sexist. None of it's based on reality. All of it's based off of this subjective nonsense. Stop getting your feelings so fucking hurt about everything. A racist comment doesn't make you Hitler. And look, what he said about that judge, I have issues with that. It was fucking prejudice for him to say that shit. Granted, I don't know that the guy wasn't biased. And that's the thing about fucking race, is we pretend like it's not fucking a thing to us. Like, we're not racist. Like, this fucking idea that only white people can be racist, this is destroying us right now. And it makes me so fucking upset that people will hear Donald Trump say something racist, and then because of that, they're convinced that stopping Donald Trump is a fucking accomplishment by electing Hillary Clinton, one of the most corrupt politicians in American history. But we're talking about her like like she's a fucking hero that's gonna save us from Hitler. It's so fucking disgusting. She is worse than Donald Trump. Even if Donald Trump's a racist, which I don't think he is. I think he's sort of pandering to the racist, which is disgusting. He shouldn't be pandering to those fucking people. So, yeah, I don't respect him. But even with that deplorable fucking behavior, he is still better than Hillary Clinton. So it's so fucking disgusting to me that people just get so butthurt and are such pussies about language now, where you can't say anything. If you do, you're fucking outcast. You're ostracized. You're a racist. You're a sexist. You're a homophobe. You're Islamophobic. We can't talk about Islam or you're Islamophobic. You can't talk about immigration or you're racist. You can't talk about anything, man. It's so fucking ridiculous. I really can't stand it. And Donald Trump, what he said is gross. Like I said, especially for a fucking old man who should know better. It's easier to forgive somebody for talking like that when they're a teenager. You know, that's probably when I ever said something like that, or somebody I knew did. And even back then, it's like, you know, it's not appropriate. You're just saying it to get a rise out of people. But look, you probably fucking listen to Eminem. And if you listen to Eminem and you're one of these pussies out here flipping your shit over what Donald Trump said, then you better start fucking making some noise. You better start making some noise. A lot of people are virtue signaling and trying to act like they're so much better than fucking Republicans. That's what this is all about. It's trying to say all Republicans are this. All Republicans are misogynist. All Republicans are fucking racist. It's goddamn lies, and it's so fucking gross, man. Yeah, look, there are people like that, and probably more of them are in the Republican Party, but that's not what the fuck we're dealing with as a nation. And it's so offensive to me that people get offended by words, but they're not offended by government. They're not offended by taxation. They're not offended by war. They're not offended by government surveillance. They're not offended by the fucking immorality of our government, the corruption, the fucking politicians who sell you down the river. People like Hillary Clinton, who's a multi-millionaire. $200 million through public service. How can you become a millionaire through public service? The only possible way is by selling your influence as a politician. That is so disgusting, so deplorable, so incredibly fucking immoral. But Donald Trump's saying some bad shit, so we're gonna all pull our fucking hair out and lose our shit. This country is so fucking shameful, what we focus on and what we get offended by. And look, Donald Trump says stupid shit. He's a fucking asshole. He's a douchebag, dickhead, millionaire, entitled fuck who probably he was so rich that there would be fucking gold diggers throwing themselves at him. And he probably does think he's entitled to fucking people's pussy. And he did cheat on his wives. He's a fucking horrible human being. And that's how horrible Hillary Clinton is, that it's even fucking close. So, look. I'm not gonna... I was sort of pushed by the Democrats because I've been so disgusted with their campaign that I was gonna vote for Donald Trump just to balance it out. But the more I think about it, it's... You can't fight crazy with crazy. You can't back Donald Trump to stop the craziness of the Democrats because he's just as crazy or worse. They're all fucking insane. We can't support this. But I just wish to God that people would get as offended about the shit the government is doing. They're wasting billions, trillions of dollars, trillions of fucking dollars. Get thrown down the drain, you don't bat an eye. They wasted $1 trillion. Bernie Sanders in his fucking district, $1 trillion fucking dollars on one jet that is not even gonna fucking be in use. $1 trillion that could have fucking fed every poor person in the country. They're stealing that money from you. They're wasting it. They're fucking getting us stuck in wars. They're committing crimes in your name. They're spying on you. They're locking up people for practicing their human fucking rights of consuming things that they want to consume. There is so much going on in this country that is just disgusting and immoral. And contrary to the fucking Constitution. We have no respect for the rule of law. Our government has no respect for the rule of law. And that's what makes this country good, is our fucking Constitution and what are supposed to be our founding ideals. But nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about Donald Trump and the shit that he talks. Who gives a fuck? Let's care about shit that matters. And let's not let fucking Donald Trump saying grab him by the pussy be some kind of rallying cry to stop him and support Clinton. This idea that Clinton is a savior because she's going to help us stop Trump. You people, I cannot believe you bought that, especially because now there's evidence that they're working together the whole fucking time. Look it up. WikiLeaks is fucking showing you all this shit. It's front and center. Hillary Clinton is a crook who belongs in fucking prison. How do you make millions of dollars in public service? You fucking can't. You can't. She has not earned an honest dollar in her fucking life. She is a criminal. And people are acting like, oh, but Donald Trump's a fucking oaf. He's an ogre that assaults women. And meanwhile, Hillary Clinton has fucking badmouthed Bill Clinton's rape victims. She's thrown him under the bus. She defended that rapist. You never have to defend a rapist as a lawyer. This idea that she had to do it. She got a pedophile off and she knew he was guilty. She admitted that she knew he was guilty and she did it anyway because money and power is more important to these politicians, scum fucks, than anything else. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about black people, Latinos, immigrants. They don't care about shit but their bottom line and getting that fucking vote and getting those $250,000 Goldman Sachs speeches. It's ridiculous. Grow a fucking pair of balls, man. What the fuck is wrong with America where we're so fucking pussy that we're more scared of language than what the fuck the government is doing to us? Wake up, America. Fucking wake up.